Hi folks, we are back with the battle for the Seven Kingdoms. So we have the deciding game in the match between the Proudwing Kings and their Martell opponents with a complicated name that I would not like to attempt pronouncing here. Well, it's not a pronunciation problem, it's just long. And here are the decks. So we are playing trading with Qohor. Specifically, our star player Saraaa is playing Qohor. And that's shortly after winning the final of the last Champions of Westeros, right? With Baratheon trading with Qohor.
Yeah, with Hano's deck.
Yes, so it's
I
quite.
think it's
Yeah.
probably one of my favorite Baratheon decks at the moment. But yeah, so it has a lot of attachments, and playing against many-faced god, it's always annoying.
Yeah, it's for me one of the most successful decks in terms of win rate that I have played extensively, but it does bore me a little bit to play that kind of rush deck. This is very similar to what I played in the Czech Nationals. It was basically based off other people's decks, including Hano's original Qohor deck after the redesigns. And what changed here is Kingsgate. So I had slightly different econ, but Hano preferred Kingsgate, and he had some input in this one because he was going to play trading with Qohor in this tournament as the main player. And yeah, Kingsgate's a good addition, it turns out. There's slightly different attachments package. There's an extra Warhammer and stuff like that. And
Yeah, and I think in the plot,
yeah, rationing.
sorry. Yeah, in the plot is rationing that was very useful in this matchup. When we were testing, it stopped the location, Gaston Grey and Elias Lance and stuff like that for one round. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and speaking of testing, such an annoying deck, right? So
Yeah.
many just answers to everything you're trying to do. So the first thing, Tense, is there.
Well, the thing is, I played against this same deck in championship. I don't know if it was exactly the same, but Bookerman played it against me. Many-faced god with Sand Snakes. And I played actually your Baratheon Assault deck, which I thought was a good matchup. I was preparing to be playing against Many-faced god, and when we were deciding which decks to choose, we almost choose the opposite, right? I would play Assault and you would play Qohor, then we would have a much more favorable matchup in this one, right?
Yeah, if it worked that way, not sure exactly how the draw is made, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
we would have a great chance to win all three
Mhm.
games in that situation. Yeah, so the problem here is the no attachments, right? So you have Tense. He's the only one with no attachments except
Yeah,
weapon.
and this was kind of workable because he has no attachments except weapons, so we could still keep Warhammers and Lightbringers, which did a lot to be fair. But
Yeah,
all the negative attachments fall off. And another thing with Many-Faced God in Martell, Tens also has the army trait, which then with War Scorpions is just a free kill as well.
yeah, and if you use it on someone like Robert, then of course,
Mm-hmm.
not only do you just kill him on demand, he loses the bodyguard as well because Tense has no
Yeah.
attachments and bodyguard falls off. So can't really be saved either by that. And sometimes just getting rid of Azor High Reborn also does a lot of damage. So it really is a great counter. Now you kind of have to play without doing military challenges if Tense is in play because Martell cannot kill on demand in this deck. He's not just going to die. But yeah, intrigue is not that strong, and then you only have power, and you need to go pretty fast because in the late game, if Martell is allowed to get everything, so there's Scorpions, there's Elias Lance that is repeatable, Starfall
And for
and
some
Gaston.
reason, we were testing this deck. We played a bunch of games, And there's one copy of Gaston Grey, and somehow it was always in play, right?
Yeah, I think almost every single time. Actually, that's turns out that Gaston Grey is not the worst thing. So when the
Mm-hmm.
Martell deck had Gaston Grey in play in testing, that those games they usually lost because you can deal with it with rationing and
Yeah, that is
King in the North
too
and
close.
the Smith, so
Yeah.
you can lock it out. But the thing that we couldn't deal with was the military pressure. So choosing the spear along with
Mm-hmm.
Elias' claim race, there was not enough claim
Yeah.
soak, and then if you follow that with the father
And
and march,
as
that's
well,
difficult.
Dorea
Mm.
also removed some of the board, and if that got repeatable, Dorea just every time you marshal a small child, she removes it. It's a big hit.
Yeah, so in our experience, basically the game went either Martell got the early aggro and was able to win, or Baratheon somehow managed to keep the board, and then you cannot really stop it because there's
Yeah.
they dominate the power challenges and they have renown. So we were hoping
Mhm.
for that version, and I think when we tested, Baratheon won slightly more than Martell did, but it was just too close for comfort. And the games that went badly went really badly. We just couldn't. You had no counterplay to the removal.
Well, I don't know if actually Baratheon won more because I think there were just a few games where Martell had just such annoying cards at the start that I was just like, okay, we're quitting this game, starting a new one because it's not playable. I remember one game, but I don't even know if it was playable or not. But on the first round, he had enough sense like to just bounce Robert with Dorea. That was absurd.
Yeah, that's amazing. To get 6 in round one is really. I think you need all the two bastard daughters, and you need to
Yeah.
set up sand snakes as well. It's
I,
so
I'm
difficult.
not even sure if it's the best thing to do, but it was a very funny interaction.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with all of that said, let's have a look at how the game went. So here we are. Uh, we can't see the hands this time, so I guess Sarah can let us know what she had in hand at some points of the game.
Yeah, so at the beginning, I had, as you'll see in a moment, I had a dream setup. Uh, like I had Robert and an attachment right away, so um, and an icon, and also I think I had Azor High Reborn in hand as well.
Alright, so round one, that's the one where you decide, right, whether you want to. He wins initiative. Okay, so he decides. He lets you go first, and it's a problem. So there's a. He has some aggro, and you have some intimidate ambitions. So
Hmm.
at all times, it's not exactly clear who benefits going second.
Yeah, he has some intimidate as well with the Viper, but usually not on the first round.
And protected from March. So what you need against this deck, I guess, is enough claim soak if the
Hmm.
worst happens, or to be able to just intimidate all of the
And
military icons.
and you still want to find the dupe because father can always just remove him on demand.
Okay, so using the port, something is coming, but what exactly we
Yeah,
don't know.
so I think I'm debating if I want to marshal Alistair or Khaleesi and calculating how much gold I have. But yeah, I did need Khaleesi for the reduction for attachments as well.
Yeah, so now he participates automatically, which means if now
Yeah.
Gaston Grey is played, you cannot
Yeah,
even choose to play around it. Well, unless you don't attack.
but so yeah. when I saw Starfall, I think that was a good sign for me because Starfall was never a problem that much when I was testing.
Yeah, it's slow and you can deal with it, right? Okay, so supporting the fate doesn't stop it, but and rationing, but you have king in the north and the smith, and
Hmm.
just Martell has paid for that, and it's not going to work the following 2 rounds. That's the
And
problem.
even it's hard removing icons because with the Zora Eye, you haven't participated in every challenge regardless of icons.
And now Tens is here, so that's the one thing in Marcel's favor.
Yeah.
Didn't get the other annoying cards, but he has Tens, which means Robert cannot do military. And yeah, sure, he's going to lose the power icon. Now he has a Zora High Reborn, so he can participate still in
Yeah.
the 2 challenges with Intimidate. I would also like to keep him standing to defend military challenges.
Hmm.
Yeah, but look at the gold. 3 gold left, Brimstone is there, so could be seeing War Scorpions. Areas lands.
And
Mhm.
Nightmares on Robert, that's always annoying.
Yeah, so he's in the challenge, but he's not getting the double renown here. And
Yeah,
he's
but here, yeah.
he's going to intimidate still because that comes from the
Mm,
Warhammer, and choosing the spear
yeah,
for intrigue claim is incredibly important here.
yeah, I think so too. That was usually problem.
Yeah, Marcel could have gone first, try to get the military claim. I don't think he probably Marcel, sorry, Bookerman. I don't
Yeah,
think he had choosing the spear probably when he decided to go second, or maybe he did. I don't know. But now he's not getting a good round. That's for sure. He's getting intimidated. Ah,
yeah, and
well, what's your best card? It's going.
I think I had Stannis and yeah, I had Alistair from the beginning as well, who draws you a card, which is probably, and I think I had some attachments.
So now you can intimidate Obela, I think, and Robert can defend military against tens.
Yeah, he can win power. I'm thinking back, could have nailed, um, I could have nailed both power icons, but I was thinking that this this one, if she gets um, if he gets like something, what's it called? Area's lens, and then I can defend the military challenge, but it honestly wouldn't have been bad either way.
Pillages the Warhammer. That's slightly annoying, but okay. There are others. And now I guess
Yeah, I find
we're dealing with the locations, right? So Brimstone and Starfall. So either King in the North or the Smith deals with them really nicely. Two cards he has in hand, and the board is not that scary. So King in the North stops the Dragonstone ports. So the Smith first, and he
yeah, and I was
plays siege
thinking,
preparations.
not sure if he had the best hand just because there was nothing too annoying in the first round. So I was trying to save King in the North as well. I had only, I think at that point I only had one character that was Stannis, that I couldn't marshal, and that was a bit questionable if I played King in the North.
Yeah, basically in testing, when I played the Martell side, I never played siege preparations. It was never that desperate, and that's a really good sign from our side here that Martell has to play that. And now he's invested 5 gold into Starfall and Brimstone, and they're not going to work in round 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you go first with the Warhammer, which makes sense. You have the attachments to kneel these locations, and if something that's kneelable comes into play, you still have another one.
Yeah, and I was thinking if I should or should not play Stannis. I think I had Imri as well or something like that. But I think if I play Stannis right away, then he's forced into playing the Hyris.
Oof, that's a lot of strength. Yeah, and the Harris, Robert, and Selisi can survive it.
Mm-hmm.
And Stannis potentially gets draw here if you win a power challenge, which you should. Ah, there's Dorea, gets rid of a Chad.
Yeah.
But that's to your benefit if he's forced to play the Harris, really.
Yeah, and as well, I think it is a bit annoying if you don't have enough roller characters to have them participate, but here actually Stannis works as well, and Robert can go into a challenge because Starfall is not active.
Two cards in hand, that's not many threats. Okay, one of them Nightmares, the other is going now. Nightmares on Robert again. It's going to really slow you down here. That's already taken basically 4 power. And the other one is Elias Lance. That works when attacking, but you can intimidate Saraaa here pretty easily. And now you know, basically, it's open information. You know that nothing is going to happen until he gets a new hand with siege preparations, so free round to do all kinds of damage. You should be able to intimidate 2 characters and then not another one, because you cannot do military with tens there.
But I think there's still a possibility to get some renown on Stannis with his Lightbringer, right? I don't know if I went for that.
Yeah,
I
and
don't remember. I think so, yeah.
he's going to draw. So that's Lightbringer on Stannis,
On
because
Stannis because it wouldn't work on Robert for this round.
yeah, and
It is a bit awkward because I can't keep Stannis for the Hyris, but yeah.
yeah, but Lightbringer would go back to hand to be played on Robert, which is pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
And you still have the Intimidate, so Saraaa, of course, she has the attachment. And now you can Intimidate one more. Doesn't really matter which one, unless he defends, which he does not.
Yeah, but
he can win an Intrigue challenge, and that's it.
yeah, he wins intrigue and can do military. So can do military or power.
Do you remember what Stannis drew here?
What Stannis drew? I think it's possible. Yeah, wait. I think I have a screenshot. He drew Melisandre actually, so.
Yeah, plenty of
But I
econ to
think
marshal
I
here.
was already thinking when he draws like all the cards for siege preparations, I have to play king in the north, so Melisandre's not gonna really work for that round. Because with all the cards, like he's bound to draw wall scorpions and such.
Yeah. No Morgulis in this one, right?
No, just the Hyris. The Hyris and marched, I think, right?
Yeah, so you
Should
don't
be.
need to really...
And the father as well. So there is some removal, right?
yeah, but it's not... you don't need to desperately put bodyguards into play here, which is pretty nice. Seal of the Hand. Now
Oh yeah.
Stannis is going to stand for Lightbringer, so playing that on Silisi allows you to actually
Defend
defend
intrigue, right?
intrigue.
Yeah.
And
Use it outside of action.
yeah, some cheating going on here, but okay.
Yeah, but I forgot that that actually means that no intimidate, right? Because it was not on Stannis. If I had Robert in the challenge properly,
Yeah,
I could have been intimidated. So it's a bit of an oversight, but still, yeah.
well, up to 8 power, and I don't think there's going to be another Nightmares probably now,
I think he has 2 copies in the deck.
but there could be other stuff. There could be War Scorpions now, yeah, but if you play King in the
Yeah,
North, that's another free round. You
oh,
just
actually,
have to survive, right?
looking at yeah, but looking at the deck list, there is actually another nightmare, so there could be another one.
Bodyguards don't work, so
Mhm.
if you have characters in hand, of course, you are pretty safe, because claim race just means you can get 3 at the most, I guess, if Elia and choosing the spear is there, and you can actually win a military challenge. Okay, he
Yeah, but
plays the Harris,
plays the pirates.
so no father to follow things up. There is still marched if he gets a good round, but okay. I somehow don't think he will, because his locations don't work, and he will have 6 gold. Even if he took Dorea out now, couldn't trigger her again. And you can keep Robert and Selisi. I think in,
Yeah.
in one of the test games you decided to keep Robert and Reducer in this situation for some reason.
Sure.
Thought
Thank you
he was
for
7 cost, right? Because he's so efficient, but no,
th
he's 6. So
thank you for mentioning that. Yes.
well, the econ doesn't work, so you'll have to pay for your stuff with just the 5 gold, plus of course Selisi's there's a Lightbringer now back in hand, right? So okay. It doesn't actually work, but it's a free attachment to be traded.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And Rhea, not Rhea, Obara is also potentially very annoying, but st still have to wait another round for her to actually use her ability.
Yeah. Now I would like to see some claim soak if stuff goes badly here. Although with 0 gold, it's difficult to imagine how it could.
Yeah, I think I had 2 of those acolytes, or maybe I had Imre and an acolyte or something like that.
There he is. Doesn't work this round. At the moment it's not actually enough to defend military. So choosing the spear kills 2. And you still have that Seal of the Hand, which now doesn't work on Selici. Now, does she have an attachment to play? She does have the Lightbringer for sure, if nothing else. Although Redguard's Blessing would be better, I think.
Yeah, I like that there's no time limit, so you can play as slow as you want. But it is a bit frustrating watching it back because it's not that hard of a choice, right?
She uses her reduction for Azora Reborn. Now that works perfectly in
Yeah.
with King in the North. So if he doesn't do enough damage and you get your turn.
Yeah, so I was thinking that even if he does military with all of them, right? If there was choosing the spear, I think I could still survive just because then everything is unopposed. I mean, not everything, but you get 2 unopposed. And...
Yeah, you'd lose 2 characters and then there would be march to the wall. But he goes very quickly for this, and you cannot stop it. But he kneels out so much of his board.
You immediately see that there is no choosing the spear, so I think just defend with Imri and kill him. It's not a problem, really.
Yeah, I think the thing to do here was basically for him to pass and try to defend every single challenge if he wanted you to stop. If he wanted to stop you from winning. Because look at the board now. You can go crazy with the renown. Romet has double the renown, and he's in every challenge.
Yeah, and also Selici still has renown, so.
And he's just getting another unopposed here.
Yeah.
Just by kneeling this last standing character.
So I was thinking if I should defend with Selici and collect the renown, but I think in the end of the just went for 3 challenges.
Yeah, I mean you can already do the calculation here, and it's open deck lists as well.
Yeah.
So you are on 7. It's 3 unopposed is 10. Power claim is 11. Double renown on Robert. That's already 15, right? Even without taking dominance into account. So he can stop it with
but I think
burning on the sand. I think stops the power claim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but disputed claim on Selici, that's another one I didn't count. Yeah, so I think we were pretty optimistic that the game is over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that was like the most lucky of all the test games that we tried, right?
Yeah, it never went this badly for Martell really to have to play siege preparations just to draw stuff. There's no War Scorpion or anything crazy. Even Gaston.
I mean, potentially now he does have War Scorpion, but yeah, if you're breaking in the north, that's a very efficient plot in this deck.
Although it could have gone slightly differently, I guess. There was Dorea immediately with her trigger, and choosing the spear was gone for intrigue. I don't remember now whether he could have won a military double claim at some point and maybe wasn't forced into playing this kind of defensive game. Or defensive game, well, siege preparations into this desperate attempt. So there is burning, but it's not enough because of disputed claim.
Disputed claim and double power for Robert. And then you can basically just pass and collect dominance or do a military challenge, but
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually
risky every time.
I failed to count the renown in all three challenges. I said double renown and I thought that was 4, right? Because he has his limit twice. But yeah, his normal renown is in all three challenges and then he gets 2 more triggers. And here you just pass because you're in 14. There's no the
Yeah,
7 event to stop dominance.
you never know, like, what bad stuff can happen when you initiate military challenge against Martell.
Yeah, getting it over
Taking
quickly.
it open.
And I promised at this point to mention Johannes and his refusal to win quickly in his first round game when he could have defended with a bunch of renown to get to 15 and he didn't and he won like 5 minutes later. But yeah, you just wanted the first opportunity here and very convincing. You continue your winning streak with Baratheon and that means the Proudwing Kings win in round 1 and looking forward to more of the same for the remainder of the tournament.
How are you feeling for the matchups this week?
Yeah, at this point we can already tell you that we are playing against Tyrell and well, in just theory when we looked at the matchups and in some limited testing, it looks like all of them are playable but none of them are guaranteed, so it's going to be a hard battle, right?
Yeah, and they won the last year's winners, right? Champions of this tournament. The Martell team, House Hanover.
Yes, that's
In
correct.
the first round, so they also had a good start.
Yeah, 4 strong
Definitely,
players in that
strong-
team as well,
yeah.
so that's it's basically as good as it gets. So we're going to have a tough one, but well, our team is pretty decent as well, to be fair. And I'm sitting out round 2 since I lost as penalty, and if you guys keep winning, I guess I will sit out the remainder of the tournament.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so that's what we had for you tonight. Thank you all for joining us and hopefully see you in round 2 as well. Bye bye.